Good evening, everyone. My name is Kira Kuntz, and tonight we will be discussing the case Walmart Challenges with Gender Discrimination. So, to start off, we would like to familiarize you guys with the facts of the case. So, according to Richard Drogan, a statistical consultant, Walmart had established a pattern of discrimination. Women employees at Walmart are concentrated in lower paying jobs. Women are paid less than men in the same jobs, and women are less likely to advance to management positions. Gender discrimination patterns persist even though women typically had more seniority, women typically have lower turnover rates, and women typically had higher performance rating in most jobs. So one of the questions posed in the case was, is a class action lawsuit warranted or not? So first we're going to review the prerequisites for a class action lawsuit. The class action lawsuit is so numerous that joining together all of its members is impractical. There are questions of law or fact common to the class. The claim or defense of the representative parties are typical of the claim or defense of the class. And the representative parties will fairly and adequately be protected in the interest of the class. So Walmart decided to challenge the legal validity of a class action lawsuit. They argued that the lawsuit should be broken into separate class actions against each of the 3,473 stores across the United States, because the decision about promotion and pay are made at the store level. Judge Jenkins ruled that 6 current and former Walmart employees from California may represent all female employees of Walmart who worked at its U.S. stores any time since December 26, 1998. Walmart appealed the case in the United States Court of Appeals of the Ninth Circuit. Walmart claimed that the proposed class failed to meet the commonality prerequisite of Rule 23A2, since local store managers had autonomy in making salary and promotion decisions. Plaintiffs claims that this hands-off approach itself constituted the common policy that implicated class members, arguing it fostered discrimination by allowing individual managers to make excessively subjective decisions based on gender stereotypes. On February 6, 2007, the United States Court of Appeals of the Ninth Circuit affirmed on a 2-to-1 vote U.S. District Court Judge Martin's decision to certify a class that had grown to approximately 2 million women in the lawsuit. There are some potential implications of the Dukes versus Walmart stores class action lawsuit. There's huge potential of liability of this case represents an expansion of the class action vehicle as a weapon of attack against employers. And it should cause all companies of any size to review their own hiring and promotional practices. Even though racial and gender quotas and preferences are illegal, it could be tempting for employers who want to avoid being hit with class action employment discrimination lawsuit to implement race and gender quotas. Employers can use the findings in Dukes versus Walmart stores to assess their vulnerabilities.
Walmart is confronted with several moral ethical dilemmas, and the obvious ones are the one that we have listed here in the case analysis. Walmart faced a dilemma, ethical dilemma, and legal dilemma. On the ethical dilemma side, Walmart attempt to address one of the party concerned will lead to more suit from probably other classes. It has an obligation to settle the case since it represents an ethical behavior from his part as a company. One would think Walmart, being one of the largest employee in the US, he will ensure that all his employees are treated equally. And here also we have an ethical dilemma that's exposed in the sense that women are discriminated despite the fact that women have more seniority, women have a lower turnover, and that women have a higher performance rate in most jobs. To sum up this slide, one thing that we certainly notice is actually the fact that women are put in a lower paying position and also being denied equal assignment, denied training and promotion as compared to the male employees really raise issue of gender inequality. Um, on the legal dilemma side, we also have actually point out two articles to address this concern. One of them is Title 7 of 1964 Civil Rights Act that employer cannot discriminate based on a race, color, religion, and sex and national origin. And also there's a commission established by the federal government to investigate any job discrimination complaint when it's found reasonable that can that the charges are justified and attempt to reach an agreement.
In our case of Walmart challenges with gender discrimination, we concluded stakeholders, which are Walmart employees, Walmart management, Walmart stockholders, Walmart's customers, Walmart suppliers, American society. In our case of Walmart challenges with gender discrimination, we concluded alternative courses of action and their consequences. The best alternative course of action under the prevailing circumstance is to do an out of court settlement. Walmart can appeal, so they will be allowed to settle the matter out of court, since it will result to lesser conflict. An agreeable course of action will also leave all of the parties at a better place compared to a legal suit.
In our case of Walmart's challenges with gender discrimination, we concluded which actions are considered morally right, and they are as follows. Women should not be concentrated in the lower paying jobs. Women should not be paid less than men for doing the same job. Women should be able to advance to management positions if they meet the requirements for the position and have better qualifications than the male candidates. Male employees should not be advanced quicker than female employees. Advancement should be based on competency at the position. Pay should be based off of seniority, position, and ability.
Hello and good afternoon. My name is Alexander Frias, and I'll be going over the discussion questions on our case, Walmart Challenges with Gender Discrimination. Based on the stated human resources philosophy of Walmart, would it be likely that the company would discriminate based on gender differences? We concluded that most likely not. Joanne Hayworth, economist of over 5 dozen employment cases, points out that Drogon did not take a few serious factors into play, such as the numbers of hours worked, including night shifts, which in fact pay more. Also, more than 90% of class members worked at stores where women were statistically not worse or better than their fellow male employees. Now, put yourself in the role of the plaintiffs. What ethical argument would you offer in support of their allegations? The fact that women have lower turnover rates and that women have a higher performance rating in most jobs. Put yourself in the role of Walmart. What ethical arguments would you offer to counter the plaintiff's allegations? Statistics show that Walmart's thousands of other stores have paid both male and female employees equally. Plaintiffs are ignoring the factors that cause one job to pay more than others. What do you think the plaintiffs meant by their allegation that Walmart's culture is a significant contributor to gender discrimination? We concluded that Walmart's projects has an emphasis on common culture, and Walmart stores are structured the same and job duties are very similar, if not the same. Is a class action against Walmart justified? We concluded not justified. Walmart argued that if a class action must be filed, it should be brought up against specific stores with disparities favoring male employees. Lastly, explain how the outcome of Dukes versus Walmart Stores Incorporation is important for major stakeholders in this case, including the American society. The U.S. Supreme Court will constrict requirements for a class action suit. And last, the suit will be used to support of claims for class action lawsuit regarding gender discrimination. Thank you.
Going forward, we have come up with a list of recommendations so that Walmart can avoid this type of legal action against them. Implement a committee to review all promotions and ensure there is no discrimination. Review current employee salaries. Compare employees in the same positions to ensure they are being paid equally. And if there are decisions made on management positions,